Hey everyone, welcome to the English Power Podcast. I'm Zara, and I'm so happy you're here with us today.
And I'm Alex. Super excited to be doing this with you, Zara. Before we jump in, maybe we should quickly introduce ourselves?
Yeah, good idea. So, I've been teaching English for about 5 years now. I'm originally from Karachi, but I studied in London. I love helping people speak English with confidence, especially in real life situations.
Nice. And I'm Alex. I'm from Melbourne, Australia, and I work with international students who want to improve their speaking skills. I'm all about practical learning, nothing too textbooky, just real talk.
Perfect, because today's topic is exactly that. Speak English with your friends, step by step. And I think this is something a lot of learners want, but don't always know how to start.
Exactly. So many students tell me, I want to speak English with my friends, but I feel shy. Or what if I make mistakes? Totally normal fears.
I've heard that too. But here's the thing, if you start small, it's actually easier than you think. So today, we'll break it down step by step. Nothing complicated, just practical stuff you can actually try.
All right, let's start with step one. Use small English phrases in daily conversations.
Yes, even if you and your friend usually speak in Urdu, Hindi, Spanish, whatever, just try to mix in tiny English phrases like, let's go, I'm hungry, or what's the plan?
Right? It doesn't have to be a full sentence at first. Maybe you're chatting on WhatsApp with a friend. Just add a little English word like, okay, cool, instead of TK.
Exactly. It's like planting seeds. You're getting used to hearing yourself say English out loud, and it becomes less scary over time.
And when your friend hears you using English, they might feel encouraged to try too. That's how it becomes a habit between you both.
I remember this one student of mine, Ariba. She and her cousin made a rule, one English sentence every time they talked. And it worked. They started with things like, I like this song, or your dress looks nice. And slowly they became more fluent.
That's awesome. I had a student, Diego, from Mexico. He used to play online games with his friends, and he told them, let's use only English today. It was hard at first, but it became fun, like a challenge.
Love that. That brings us to step 2. Create a safe, no judgment zone.
This is big. If you're always worried that your friend will laugh or correct you harshly, you'll stay quiet. But if both of you agree, hey, let's help each other without judging, it opens up so much space.
Yeah, mistakes will happen. That's how we learn. You don't need perfect grammar to be understood. You just need to try.
Totally. Even native speakers make mistakes. I mean, I still say weird things in Spanish sometimes, but my friends know I'm trying. That's what matters.
So true. And honestly, that's when learning becomes fun. Not when you memorize rules, but when you laugh and say, oops, I meant to say I am hungry, not I am hungering.
Exactly. You remember it better that way too.
So just to recap, step 1, start small. Use short English phrases in daily chats. Step 2, make a safe space. Agree with your friend that it's okay to make mistakes.
And trust me, even these 2 steps can make a huge difference in your speaking confidence.
Totally. We're just getting started, but already you have something you can try today.
Try it with one friend. Even just good morning or how are you in English. You'll be surprised how quickly your comfort level grows.
We'll go deeper in the next part. But for now, just remember, English with friends doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to start.
Step by step, that's the key.
All right, let's keep going. In the last part, we talked about starting small, just adding simple English phrases and creating a safe space with your friends to practice without fear.
Right. And now we're moving into step 3. Choose a speaking time together. This one really helps if you're serious about improving your English with a friend.
Yes, like you and your friend can decide every Sunday for 30 minutes we speak only in English. Just that little agreement makes a big difference.
I actually had 2 students, brothers actually, who used to walk to school together every day. They made a rule, English only on the way there, Urdu on the way back.
It worked so well for them.
That's smart. And it takes the pressure off because it's just a short, specific time. You don't have to speak in English all day, just that small window.
Exactly. And if you miss a day, no problem. You just keep going the next time. The key is consistency, not perfection.
And that leads to step 4, pick topics you enjoy.
Yes. Don't start by talking about boring grammar rules. Start with real-life stuff. Talk about food, your favorite movie, weekend plans, whatever feels natural.
When you enjoy the topic, you forget that you're practicing English. It just becomes a normal conversation.
Let me give you a quick example. I had a student, Farhan. He loved cricket. So he and his friend decided to talk about the latest matches, but only in English.
That's perfect. And even if they didn't know the English word for something, they looked it up together. That's learning in context.
Exactly. They learned words like bowler, scoreboard, out, run chase, all just from a casual chat about a game.
So good. And honestly, when you talk about what you love, you start to sound more natural too, because your energy is real.
Totally. And don't worry if you forget words. You can always say, "What's the English word for that?" That's part of the process.
Right. You're not in an exam, you're in a conversation, and it's okay to stop and think.
Actually, that's a good point. Some people feel pressure to speak fast in English, but you don't have to.
Not at all. Speak slow. Pause if you need. Your goal is to connect, not perform.
Love that. So let's quickly review what we added today.
Step 3. Choose a time to speak English with your friend. Step 4. Talk about topics you love. Make it fun, not formal.
And remember, these steps build on each other. It's like a staircase. Every small step takes you higher.
And every conversation makes you braver. That's the real goal here. Fluency comes from bravery, not just vocabulary.
That's beautifully said. In the next part, we'll talk about what to do when the conversation gets stuck, because yeah, it will happen.
And we'll show you how to keep going even when your brain goes blank or your friend says something you don't understand.
Stay with us. It gets even more practical from here.
So we've talked about starting small, setting a speaking time, and choosing fun topics. But let's be real. Sometimes the conversation just stops.
Yep, it happens to everyone. You forget a word, you don't know how to answer, or suddenly your mind goes blank. So today, we're going into step 5. Learn simple ways to keep the conversation going.
This is so important. And one of the best tricks is to use follow-up questions. For example, if your friend says, "I watched a movie last night," you can say, "Oh, really? What movie?" Or "Did you like it?"
Exactly. You don't need to say anything fancy, just show interest. Even something like, "Wow," or "That's cool, then what happened?" keeps the flow going.
And if you didn't understand something they said, don't panic. You can ask, "Can you say that again, please?" Or, "Sorry, what does that mean?" Or even just, "Huh? I didn't get that."
It's totally okay to ask for help. That's real communication. That's how babies learn to speak too. They ask again and again. No shame in that.
I remember this funny moment. One of my students, Ahmed, was talking to his friend and said, "I make dinner myself every night." But the word myself confused the friend. So Ahmed just said, "No one helps me. I cook alone." And boom, his friend understood.
That's a great example. If one word doesn't work, try another. You don't have to say it perfectly. You just have to keep going.
That's actually step 6. Use other words when you forget one.
Yes, this is called paraphrasing. Say you forget the word pillow. You can say, "That soft thing you sleep on," and the listener will get it.
Totally. Or if you forget restaurant, you can say the place where we eat food outside our home.
You're still communicating, and that's what language is all about.
Exactly. No one expects you to speak like a news anchor. You're just trying to connect. That's what makes your English real and alive.
Let's do a quick review of what we added today. Step 5, use simple follow-up questions to keep talking. Step 6, if you forget a word, describe it with other words.
And these 2 steps will save you in so many moments. Trust me.
Absolutely. And in the next part, we'll talk about how to correct each other without feeling bad, because that's something friends worry about.
Yeah, we'll show you how to give feedback in a kind, helpful way, and how to ask for it too.
Stick around, it's about to get even more real. All right, so now you're speaking English with your friend. You're asking follow-up questions, using other words when you forget something. But here's a big question people always ask. What if I make a mistake?
Or even worse, what if my friend corrects me in a way that makes me feel embarrassed? That's why today we're talking about step 7. Correct each other with kindness and respect.
Yes. Look, mistakes are part of learning. You will make them. But what really matters is how we respond to those mistakes.
I always tell my students, it's okay to be corrected, but it's even better to feel respected. You and your friend need to agree. No teasing, no laughing in a mean way.
Totally. There's a huge difference between laughing with someone and laughing at someone. Support, don't shame.
Here's a tip. Before you start correcting each other, set a rule. Ask your friend, is it okay if I help you with your English when we talk? That way they're not surprised.
And also agree on how to correct. Some people want to be corrected right away. Others prefer feedback after the conversation.
Yes, I had 2 students, Tariq and Hassan. They used to talk in English for 10 minutes without stopping. Then afterward, they'd say, okay, did I make any big mistakes? And then they'd give each other 2 or 3 small corrections.
That's such a healthy way to do it. Gentle, helpful, and respectful.
And here's a nice phrase to use if you want to correct your friend without sounding rude. Hey, I think you meant to say, or, oh, just a small thing. I think it's better to say. That way it sounds soft, not like a teacher scolding a student.
Exactly. And if your friend corrects you, thank them. Say something like, "Oh, thanks. I didn't know that." It keeps the mood positive.
Which brings us to step 8, celebrate small wins together.
Yes, this is something most learners forget. We're so focused on what we did wrong that we ignore what we did right.
So true. Like if you finish a 10-minute conversation fully in English, celebrate it. Say, wow, we just spoke for 10 minutes.
Or if your friend uses a new word correctly, say, "Hey, nice word." That one small comment can build huge confidence.
And when you enjoy those small wins together, you want to keep going. You build momentum.
Exactly. So today's steps are step 7, correct each other with kindness and respect. Step 8, celebrate small wins. Make each other feel proud.
Because learning a language is not just about grammar and vocabulary. It's about connection, encouragement, and joy.
In the next part, we're going to give you some actual phrases and mini conversations you can try with your friends, like little scripts to get you started.
Yep. If you ever think, I don't know what to say, this next part will help a lot.
So stay tuned. We're getting even more practical. Okay, so now you and your friend are ready. You've made the time, you've picked fun topics, you're supporting each other, and now you're thinking, but what do I actually say?
Exactly. So this part is all about step 9. Use simple, ready-made phrases to start real conversations.
Yes, these are like little tools in your pocket. You don't need to memorize a big speech. Just start with natural, everyday sentences.
Let's give a few examples. Imagine you're meeting your friend at a cafe. You could start with, hey, how's your day going? Or, did you try that new burger place near the college? Or, I'm so tired today. What about you?
These are super simple, but they work, and they sound like how real people talk.
Exactly. And you don't have to say something smart or funny, just start. That's the most important thing.
Let's go one step further. Suppose you want to talk about the weekend. You could say, what did you do on Saturday? I stayed home. It was too hot to go out. Same here. I just watched YouTube all day.
Boom. That's already a real conversation. Nothing complicated, just real life in English.
You can even talk about your English learning. Say something like, I'm trying to speak more English now. Let's practice together. Or, if I make a mistake, just tell me nicely, okay?
That last one is my favorite. It's honest and it opens the door to trust. When you say that to a friend, it shows that you're serious but also humble.
Now let's go into step 10. Practice short role plays with your friend.
Yes, this is a fun one. You can act out real-life situations like ordering food, calling a taxi, or asking for directions. Just choose a scene and play it out.
For example, scene at a restaurant. Hi, I'd like to order a chicken sandwich, please. Sure, would you like a drink with that? Yes, just a bottle of water. Simple, useful, real.
And if you mess up, who cares? It's your friend. Just laugh and try again.
It can even be a game. Take turns being the customer or the waiter, or the tourist and the local.
Exactly. One of my students did this with her sister. They'd pretend to be strangers in an airport and they'd say things like, "Excuse me, is this seat taken?" Or, "What time is the next flight to London?"
That's brilliant. And it builds confidence so that when real life situations happen, you're ready.
So let's review today's steps. Step 9, use simple phrases to start real conversations. Step 10, practice role plays to prepare for everyday situations.
Honestly, with just these 2 steps, your practice can become so much more fun and realistic.
And the best part, you're not learning alone. You're building your fluency with someone, step by step.
In the next part, we'll wrap everything up and talk about how to stay consistent, how to keep going, even on the days when you feel stuck or tired.
Because let's be honest, those days come, but we've got a plan for that too. Don't miss it.
All right, here we are, the final part of our step-by-step guide. We've covered everything from starting small to practicing real-life conversations with friends.
Yeah, and now we're going to talk about the part that's not always exciting, but it's super important. Step 11, stay consistent, even on low energy days.
Exactly. Look, there will be days when you're tired, busy, or just not in the mood to speak English. That's completely normal.
But even on those days, you can still do something small. Maybe you just say one sentence in English, or maybe you send a short voice note to your friend.
Yes, you don't have to be perfect every day. You just have to stay connected to the habit.
One of my students, Aisha, made a rule with her best friend. Even if we're too tired to talk, we'll still send one message in English every night. Sometimes it was just, "I'm sleepy, talk tomorrow," but they kept the habit alive.
That's so smart. And here's another trick. Step 12. Motivate each other with goals.
Yes, like set small weekly goals together. Let's have a 5-minute English call on Friday. Or let's learn 3 new words this week and use them in conversation.
When you have a goal together, it feels like a fun challenge, not a boring task.
And you can reward yourselves too. If you complete your goal, maybe treat yourselves to your favorite snack or watch a movie in English together.
Exactly. Learning a language should feel alive. It should be full of real laughter, real effort, and real connection.
Let's quickly review all 12 steps from this journey. 1. Start with small English phrases in daily life. 2. Create a safe space with your friend. No judgment. 3. Choose a regular time to speak English. 4. Talk about topics you enjoy. 5. Use follow-up questions to keep the conversation going. 6. If you forget a word, describe it using other words. 7. Correct each other kindly. 8. Celebrate small wins. 9. Use simple phrases to begin conversations. 10. Practice short role plays to prepare for real life. 11. Stay consistent even on tough days. 12. Motivate each other with fun goals.
And if you follow even half of these, your speaking will improve, not just slowly, but with joy.
Because speaking English with your friend isn't just about grammar. It's about building confidence together.
That's what English Power Podcast is all about, growing your skills step by step, side by side.
And if you enjoyed this episode,
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel English Power Podcast for more tips, real stories, and practical tools to help you speak English with confidence.
Thanks for joining us, and remember, your voice matters. Even if it shakes a little at first, it still has power.
Take care and keep speaking step by step.